All right, back with the drum with Richie now. Going out in a solo career, I mean, for all those years that you were with, Bon Jovi, I know, you're married now with Heather and that, but did you ever miss it when the band would sort of take a long semester or whatever?
I think it, not really. It keeps it fresh,
Yeah.
I think it's important to take a little break, and like I said, I've missed singing and evolving on my own. Within a band structure, you have to keep tight within the four other guys.
Sure.
It's like a marriage in a way.
Yeah.
So it's nice to. It's almost like you get a chance to cheat on that marriage a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting.
All right. Well, do you like coming from Jersey, right? And I mean, it's got a life of its own over in New Jersey. Do you ever reflect back of the times that, even in your songwriting, in your mind of those times?
Yeah. I mean, I have a pretty acute emotional memory, and like, I can remember things that happened. My factual memory isn't as good as it used to be due to the late 80s, probably, from being here.
Right.
But my
Nothing to do with that.
my emotional memory is very, very acute. So, taking me back to a time where maybe I got my heart broken, or growing up in New Jersey, or growing up, I think that was a very important thing.
I mean, from those times, I mean, your songwriting, you and John's songwriting reflected so much of that time. It painted a picture of of Jersey, as Springsteen did in his own way as well.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. I think, what else do you write about? I mean, you really try to, take your own life experience and hopefully try to transcend that through a song where people are going to be able to, relate their own lives to it.
Sure.
I think that we all have so much common human life experience. That's what it's about.
Okay, well, now, the first track from the album, Hard Times Come Easy, tell us about that song.
It's precisely about what we're talking about. The ups and downs of life, no matter what walk of life you are, you're going to have hard times in your life. You're going to, we all kind of like, we grow up. We have the hard times of growing up and going through that whole thing, and then we all lose people in our life. We all have jobs, and there's always tension. And everybody, you wake up in the morning, you never know what your day's going to be like, and it's everybody has those emotional ups and downs in life, up and downs.
With yourself, I mean, take that song. I mean, did you were saying before how you'll take a title or whatever. But this song, it's got so much emotion in it as well. I mean, did you write it just like in 10 minutes, or?
It was a pretty quick one. It probably was written in about 4 hours, I imagine. Yeah. But again, the title kind of told me exactly what to write about.
Yeah.
Hard times come easy. You got to think about, in a relationship, what happens. There's a roller coaster. It's an emotional roller coaster. In life, you wake up and maybe your job's in jeopardy or something like that. So it kind of writes itself. And I think that all of us, kind of like experience that stuff.
I find it fascinating that you're able to sort of like, again, as I say, with both albums, but certainly this one, to be able to sort of be separate as a songwriter as well, in mind and the way you're putting things down, as opposed to being the songwriter of also with Bon Jovi,
It's interesting.
I can't quite work out how you do that.
I think that it comes to who you're working with.
Right.
So if I'm working with John, I think the chemistry will be different, and the songs are going to come out a little differently. If I'm working with Richie Sambora, if I'm writing songs by myself, or whoever, I think that the chemistry is very, very important. I think that I enjoy a good banter,
right?
A good conversation. I think I much prefer working with other writers than sitting in a room with a pen, and just lamenting over something. I mean, it gets to be pretty boring.
Well, I know you enjoy that because I mean, like at the Mercury Lounge, I mean, I think everyone, the die-hard fans, were hoping maybe it'll give us an hour. I mean, 2.5 hours, encore after encore.
Probably be more tonight.
You're crazy. Hard times come easy. They sure do.